Hello and welcome back to the 48th Annual Sun and Fun International Expo here at Lakeland Linder International Airport. But where are you? Where are you? If you're not here, you're in the wrong spot. And we're in the process now of finding out where everybody is located. We lost one of our crew members out wandering around in the field, and we've been trying to find her, but we're going to talk about a little bit about Sun and Fun and how what we have been seeing out here until we are able to find Sierra. But we have a B-1 bomber. B-1B bomber is here that you can go up and look around and walk around. I don't know, are they supposed to fly the B-1? Maybe later on. Well, it flew in, so it's got to fly out. So we're anticipating having Doc, the P-29. B-29 was supposed to be here. It had a mechanical up somewhere in the Panhandle yesterday, but it is supposed to be here. But we have warbirds, we have home builds. I saw a beautiful little airplane out there called the I believe it's the VL3, and it's a Czechoslovakian design, but there's so many nice machines out there. And if you're not able to pick up on all of the different types and shapes and the varieties of aircraft, from hot air balloons, sailplanes, or people call them gliders, but it is, just about every airplane could be considered a glider at some point. Some have better glide ratios, some have worse. Has anybody seen Sierra? We're still looking for her. Finally, I think Sierra finally joined us. Sierra, what's going on out in the field?
Well, I'm out here in front of Central Florida Aerospace Academy. We're still waiting for Barbara Phillips to get here. I've been told she's kind of stuck in traffic because we got a big crowd out here this year.
Well, that's a good problem to have, but nonetheless, it's a problem. But we're trained here at the Florida Aviation Network to fill in the gaps, and we work out any situation because Sierra, what do we do here? What do we do at this Florida Aviation Network? What's our primary thrust? Put you on the spot.
Our primary thing in Florida Aviation Network is mainly to push safety out there, but we do conduct interviews to kind of talk about people, what they're doing around in their lives. And like I said, it's mainly to push safety. So we have a lot of people who come out here and we'll talk about safety. And throughout the year, we will do other little interviews called Plane Times, where we also bring out people to talk about safety. And we're just pushing out the word to make sure that everybody's safe and healthy out there.
And Sierra, Plane Time, let's just not forget that we have an emphasis on maintenance, aircraft maintenance, because it don't fly until we say it goes fly. And speaking of maintenance, what kind of interest do you have in aircraft and aviation maintenance?
Well, me personally, I'm working on my A&P license, which is airframe mechanics license, and I'm currently working on that here at the school. I'm doing our 2-year track of that, and then right afterwards I plan on going across the street to Travis Technical College and finishing up my license there.
And Sierra, I noticed that they found you happened to be out in front of the Central Florida Aerospace Academy. Give us just a little snippet about what your experience is with that high school, because it literally is a high school, is it not?
Yes, it is. I am doing my whole high school career here. I am now a junior, and for the past 3 years that I've been here, we do a lot of electives, and every year during Sun and Fun, all of the students will take that whole week off to come out here and help Sun and Fun, considering we are on their grounds and they let us be here and do all of our drones and everything. So at the school we have several different tracks that you can take. You can take the A&P track, which is, like we said, maintenance and building, or you can take your PPL license, which is your private pilot's license. You can take that track, or we also have engineering and drones. The school just mainly provides a whole bunch of opportunities for normal kids, because this is a public high school. You can apply to come, and over half the time they will accept you. And it's just a really great opportunity for all these students and everything to get their foot into the field and get their certifications and certificates while they're at the school. And it's just a really great opportunity for any students or kids that want to go into the aviation world.
Well, and I understand that it kind of gives you a leg up or a foot in the door because you are literally in the industry going to high school. But you left one thing out that I want to really bring forward. That's something I guess the last 15 or 20 years has become much more important. It's called avionics.
Yes, we do have an avionics course. I was in that course as well. I've already done that.
Did you get the T-shirt?
The T-shirt.
Yeah,
I
been
didn't know
there,
that.
done that, got the T-shirt.
Oh yeah, I do have a few T-shirts from a couple clubs that I've done throughout the years. But we do provide avionics. We provide 4 different levels of avionics. You can start as a freshman and you just continue to learn all the way throughout your whole high school career. And they mainly just prepare you so then you can get your license, get your certification or whatever you need. And that way when you go out there to do that stuff, you already know more than the average person and you don't have to go through all those extra years of schooling and training.
You just hit something, a real soft spot for me. You mentioned that you know more than the average person. Do you know what the definition of an expert is?
Not exactly, not off the top of my head.
It's a person that has been demonstrated and can show that they know more than the average person. That's the court designation for an expert. And I used to, when people say, well, Ben, are you an aviation expert? I said, no, an expert is a former drip under pressure, but that's an expert. That was pretty tacky, wasn't it?
Yeah, maybe a little.
All right, well, but anyway, but honestly, if and folks that go through the high school and they go through the very, very regimented program, it's they literally do have a lot more knowledge than the normal person would have if they just kind of pick this up. Of course, there's all different levels. I mean, some people are quick studies. They, after they finish reading the internet, they go back and read it again. But there's a lot of knowledge out there. There's resourcefulness is what I'm trying to get at. Check your resources. What kind of resources do you use?
Well, at the school, especially for like my A&P license, because that's my main focus as of right now, they provide us everything that you could possibly think of. We have over 20 million books that the school provides us. We do have a library. We have Sims if you want to get experience through that way. But basically, if you need something, you can let the school know, and they either already have it or they can get it for you real quick.
You just said Sims. What Sims? What?
So for our PPL license, our private pilot's license, we have a class here which is called Private Pilot's Ground, which is like your beginner level of that when you're trying to get your license. And when you start your schooling and your training and stuff, you can come up to the library at our school, which is on the 2nd floor, and we have a whole bunch of Sims up there. We have, I want to say we have almost 34, something like that. And we do also have a Redbird Sim. On the Redbird Sim, you can bring your instructor with you to the school, and you can log your flight hours through the sim.
So your actual simulators. We're talking about flight simulators here for Sims. Yeah, we get so used to using, again, the short terms and the acronyms that there's folks that are watching this. It's a very, very interesting career field to get involved with, and you do have to be on your toes. Is aviation and aerospace, is it for everybody, Sierra?
I would not say it's exactly for everybody, because I know personally from some of the students at our school that some of the kids come here and they're like, oh, I want to do this, but then they turn around, do a full 180 and be like, actually, I'd rather do this. But I would like to say that I do see Barbara coming up here now, and she should be coming into our set here pretty soon.
So she's running, did she run in from the left or right? Because I noticed that you were looking around a little bit there for a while, but.
It's kind of going all around.
Okay, good, because I know Barbara Walters Phillips, she's running around somewhere. And we do want to acknowledge the fact that there's a lot going on here, and we do have to adjust to whatever is thrown our way. and that's from severe weather to severe traffic to severe train track repair. That's one of the reasons I was late the first time here, is the road was shut down and we couldn't get around it. I was about ready to get out and start walking, but even then I'd have to jump the tracks. And so anyway, some things that are out of our control, we just learn how to roll with it. And it's no big deal, we'll work it out. The only thing that you really have to get in a hurry for is if whatever you're flying in is either on fire or starts coming apart. Now that's something that you need to really kind of pay attention to. But and you need to be in a hurry if somebody's on fire or hurt. If they're bleeding, let's stop them from bleeding. Control the bleed. And Sierra, anything before you? I think we're going to come back in and talk a little bit about education.
But it's just kind of back to what I said. The school does provide a lot of opportunities for young students and everything to just get their foot in the door. That way they can get out there in the world and start going. Oh, I'm sorry. But yeah, the school just provides plenty of opportunities for people to start on their education, start on their license. And like I said, we are a normal high school, so we do still have English, math, world history, social studies, and all that stuff. We are a normal high school, but we just have a couple more opportunities for all our students here to just get into that world and start working at what most of the students love best.
Sarah, we're gonna cut you off and let you go to a different area.
Okay.
Go wander around a little bit.
All right, I will.
Have fun.
Thank you.
See you. And now, believe it or not, without further ado, we have Barbara Phillips is here in our set. Barbara, welcome.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here.
Not as glad as we are to see you.
It was quite a challenge this morning.
Was there traffic?
There is traffic. Traffic, and more traffic. But that's a good thing.
Barbara, I can't begin to tell you. I cannot play that we're just meeting for the first time. We go back many, many years.
We do.
And you know my daughter.
I do.
All right.
Yes, Celeste.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit more about what's going on with the Young Eagles.
Well, with our Young Eagles in Orlando, are you talking about Chapter 74 Young Eagles?
Yes.
I take it. Yes, we are going to be flying again in May. We had a little bit of a delay because of the paving at Orlando Executive. So we had to take a little break. And we have a new Young Eagle coordinator. And I'm so excited about that because I met this young man when he was an 8th grader at Chain of Lakes Middle School. And now he is flying with Envoy.
So he's in the industry and he's a professional.
He is a professional, and he was so excited. He was flying Young Eagles for us. And I asked him what he considered being the chairman of the Young Eagles, and he said, I would love to. So it's wonderful working with him. And he also is a flight instructor, so he's at the airport a lot, and he is one of our Young Eagle pilots when we do fly the Young Eagles and with our classes that we teach on Saturdays.
Wow. What else do you have going on in your life? You just
Wow.
kind of sit around and read books, twiddle your thumbs, and you and Pat are just sitting there whittling on the stick.
Yes, no, that doesn't ever happen. I'm very excited today because tomorrow is our teacher's workshop here at Sun and Fun. And it is going to be a really special one. I think we have record-breaking numbers of teachers coming. So we're really, really excited about that.
And teach the teachers. And I tell you, without you folks and your dedication, we would be lost.
Well,
in this industry especially.
Well, thank you. We love what we do. And I know since I've been working with the teacher's workshop here many years, our goal is to make teachers feel really, really special on this day. So we like to provide them lots of sessions to choose from. And every year we have some new people, new topics, and we try to keep that very current with what is going on in the world of aviation.
and there's a lot going on.
There really is a lot, and we want that to be shared with students, because how else would they find out some of these things?
Well, and as far as what goes on here at the high school, I know you're primarily up in the Orlando area.
I am.
But you are kind of all over the place.
Well, yes, sometimes I am. I did go to the Women in Aviation Conference just a couple weeks ago in Nashville, and we have a teacher day there as well. And we had lots of people come in and present to teachers, and it just was very, very exciting, and they were delighted to get some new ideas that they could take back. So that's how I think this will be tomorrow with our teacher workshop here. We hope to have lots of new things to share, hands-on activities that teachers can go right back and use next week if they wanted in their classrooms.
Well, speaking of teaching, Barbara, I'm going to do something right now. Obi said, "What's he doing? What's he doing?" Wait just a minute. Okay, I'm going to teach our folks how to put a microphone on properly the next time. Even when we're on the fly, I mean, I think we can still hear you, but it's okay. But for those who are watching out in our aviation public, you'll notice that, what's that hanging on her chest there? Is that a wire? Oh, well.
It's a wire.
But anyway, we're going to talk through it. Anything else with the teacher's workshop? Tell us what goes on. I know you're talking about the different paths, different levels, different areas that they can get involved with.
Right.
What is your response back? Because this is not the first teacher's workshop that you've done.
No, we've been doing this a while, and we do get a number of teachers who return every year, which is wonderful. And we get new ones, but we'll be starting tomorrow morning early with a light breakfast. And then we will have a drawing, because we're very blessed that the Aeroshell team allows us to send 4 teachers to the flight line. So that really kicks it off. 4 of them leave the opening ceremony and go out to the flight line and get to fly with the Aeroshell team.
When we say 4, Barbara, ask a question. How many, we're talking about 4 out of how many?
Oh, we have at least 100 teachers coming tomorrow, if not more.
Wow.
I'm still getting calls, can I please still come?
Oh, and I know you hate to say, we're kind of we're maxed out.
Oh,
but,
no, we're saying, come on.
We'll find room for you.
We'll make it work. So after that, we have from right here, the CFAA, Junior ROTC Color Guard coming to do the presentation of colors. And then we're having a little motivational talk by President and CEO Lights Leanhouse.
The outgoing
President and CEO, but I asked him if he would come back and have a special message tomorrow for the teachers. And so I saw him last night, and he's ready to go.
And I was talking with Lights. I said, Lights, I bet are you sad to be? I mean, you're outgoing. It's over. He said, oh no, it's just beginning. So I think we're going to get a lot more out of Lights as he's not vesting himself here. We'll get him to invest himself elsewhere, because there's no rest for the weary.
No, that's very true. And then we're going to have just a short presentation by Cindy Hasselbring, who is with the NASA STEM office in Washington, D.C. And she's going to update us with what's going on in there with NASA. And then later, she is also doing one of our concurrent sessions. So teachers will have an opportunity to learn a hands-on activity with her as well. And then we'll go into right here in the CFAA on the 3rd floor, and that's where all of our sessions take place. And then after the sessions, we go back to the museum, and we have a lovely catered lunch, and then we present the Raylene Award.
Explain this to me. I'm not familiar with this award.
Well, Raylene was the founder of the Teachers Workshop. He worked with Billy Henderson, and they thought education was very important way back. So he started it in the late 80s, and then I took over as chairman in 94, and I've been with it since then. But we decided back in 1998 to start an annual award called the Raylene Award to an outstanding aerospace education teacher, someone who is integrating aviation into their curriculum. And so this year, our awardee is Colonel Dave Cohen. And Dave was a teacher at Timber Creek. He is retired Air Force colonel. He was teaching at Timber Creek High School in Orlando, and this year Lake County invited him to come over. They wanted to start an aviation program. So we're very excited. He is loving that position and is actually putting the aviation program together as well as teaching at Eustis High School, the aviation classes. So Dave will be receiving the Raylene Award this year.
Excellent, excellent. And it's so exciting to hear new things happening and new people coming into the industry.
Right.
And a particular story about the gentleman that's now doing the Young Eagle flights. That you knew him as an 8th grader?
I did. And he went out and flew gliders. That's when I met him. He was flying gliders. And then he went from there on, of course, and got his pilot's license, graduated from UCF, and was flight instructing, and eventually went on with Envoy, and that's where he is right now.
Wow. Are there any more success stories out there?
Oh, there are lots of success stories. You know Adam Lunn, who is I guess he's the, I'm not really sure what his title is now, maybe the assistant airport manager here at Lakeland. Well, when I came here, I started the aviation, destination aviation programs here, the summer camps at Sun and Fun a number of years ago. And we'd drive down every day, and that first class I had, Adam was one of the students. And at the end, we always have a flight, and Pat gave Adam his first ride in a small plane.
What was he? What did Pat? The Cub or the Stearman?
No, it was a 172 back
Darn
then.
it! Oh,
yeah,
so
172.
it was going to be something with the tail, with the wheel on the right end of the airplane.
Right.
Oh.
No, they did the 172 because we put 3 students in every plane. They were we let them work in teams. And we ran into Adam last night, and he was recalling all of that. So we had a fun reunion last evening.
It's hard to take 3 passengers in a Stearman of the Cub.
Yes, that would not work.
But still, I do encourage you, if you get a chance to rope her husband, Pat, rope him into taking for a ride. It's
Yes.
Tell us what is coming up next. What's on the next horizon? Because I know you guys are always planning in advance.
Well, tomorrow with that teacher workshop, when they come back and have lunch, after we present the Raylene Award, we have astronaut Nicole Stott speaking. So we're very excited. She just has a new book that was released, and she is so talented. She's an artist, an aquanaut, an astronaut, and a mom. So she has quite a schedule, and we're really excited to hear from her tomorrow. And then that will conclude. We'll send everybody out to enjoy the air show after the workshop. Then I will be continuing working with our Saturday morning classes that I offer at Orlando Executive Airport. We're in the middle. I gave them a day off today so they could all go to Sun and Fun. But they come from 9 to 12 on Saturday mornings, and I have different speakers, presenters each week in a different topic. Last week we actually built wing ribs, and we learned to rivet.
Oh, that's dear to my heart.
Yes.
It's so nice to hear about folks that are still learning the trade of sheet metal.
Right.
And let's not forget about rib stitching.
Right.
You built a rib.
Yes.
Now we got to put the fabric on the rib and make sure it's going to stay there.
They were very excited to hear, as they got to see it when we were talking about wing ribs, it was hard for them to know what that really meant. So yes, now that they've built it, and we did take them out and show them, how they are placed in the wing and so on. And we have a little model there that shows them about the covering. So.
Wow, the way to a true aviator's heart is to talking butyrate or nitrate. Butyrate or nitrate. That's the true test. But
yes.
Barbara, we're going to let you get on with. I know your day. You have the traffic put a real crimp in your day.
Yes, it did.
So we're going to let you catch up and try to catch up. But thank you so much for dropping by. And where would we send someone if they wanted to get more information about education and the teacher's workshop?
They can send me an email or a text. Would you like me to give that information?
If you're prepared to put it out there, and or maybe John or maybe our production staff could kind of scroll it across the bottom or stamp it on.
Sure. So they can email me at flypatbarb@aol.com.
FlyPatBarb.
Yes.
at AOL.com.
Yes.
That can't get much easier than that.
Right.
Okay.
And so if they do that, we'll work on getting them in tomorrow
Okay.
for the workshop.
Excellent. Or the next year, or
Or
wherever
next
the
year.
next workshop is.
Yes, we're always on the Saturday here at Sun and Fun. We're always on the Saturday from like 8 until 2 for the workshop.
Excellent.
Yes, and anyone who wants to know more about teaching aviation to young people could also send me an email at that address because we do, our classes are 8 Saturday mornings from 9 to 12, and it is something different about aviation. We do communication, we build some models and go outside, rubber band powered, and fly those. We meet with the air traffic controllers and learn about that aspect. The sheriff's hangar gives us a tour. So, and then we do flight planning, very important part of it.
Barbara, I tell you, we're going to let you get on with it. And,
Thank you so much.
Melody and I will make sure we tell Celeste that you said hello.
Please do.
And we still talking about getting together for a hot dog someday.
We will do that.
Okay.
Thank you so much. This was wonderful.
Barbara, thanks for joining us. And
You are
we're sorry to make you sweat so much rather
That's
here.
okay.
All
Thank
righty. And again, we're going to wrap this one up and look forward to another interview, but it's not going to be nearly as exciting as talking about the Teacher's Workshop. I'm Ben Coleman, one of your hosts, Florida Aviation Network. We'll see you next interview.